What's up? Oh my God, not that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Four Plot Podcast. Great start. One day I'm going to get it right. One day I'm going to do it right.
Awesome.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast tonight. We got the crew here. This is just becoming the crew now, right?
Yes,
I usually
sir.
say like, hey, we got these great guys here. Don't get me wrong, you're great guys. That's still the case, right? But the thing is that you're the regulars now because none of our friends ever want to join us anymore. So that's fine.
It's okay.
But they have lives.
They got they have lives and things to do, and that's fine. I got Eric here with me tonight. Eric, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you back in sunny Florida?
Ooh, we're doing great, man. Not so sunny Florida recently.
It's been raining nonstop, my G.
Nonstop, man.
I'll take some of that if you want to give it over.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's fine. That's why we'll send it your way. And of course, I got Trevor here to my left. Trevor, how are you?
What's up, baby?
Missed you last week. You weren't here last week,
Dude, you guys did such a good job.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I enjoyed every minute of that podcast.
The chat made last week really fun.
It was
Let's
amazing.
be real. Let's be real. It wasn't us. It was the chat. If you're with us tonight on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, any of those, feel free to jump in the chat. Tell us what's up. So, chat made it fun. You're gonna make it fun this week. You're here to make it
Dude,
fun.
I'm just hoping everybody comes back, man. We'd love to have everybody back.
So let's start the show like we always start the show, guys. What have you been playing recently? Eric, we'll start with you.
I just finished up Psychonauts 2 the other night. I had a lot of fun with that game. I highly recommend it. Like I kind of alluded to the last time I talked about it, it's more the same from Psychonauts 1 if you ended up playing that.
Yeah.
And because it really was riding this wave of anniversaries and now everything's coming into its 20th year now, Double Fine Studios just said, hey, why not? And it's exactly what I expected from it. A lot of the annoying gameplay elements are still there, but because it's such a unique story and great set pieces, great characters, it's super easy to just push through all that. The main storyline was relatively short. I got through it in about 15 gameplay hours, but there's so much more you can do with it. So
really, so it's got elements of discover collectibles and things like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the collectibles don't really do much for you, which kind of brings into question the point of doing it all. But it's at least another one of those exploration type things that you can do in the game.
Sir, why are we putting this in here? Because we need more stuff in the game.
Well,
awesome. Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this too. So I mean, Psychonauts 2 has been one of those games that forever has been talked about. Oh, we got to make it. Oh, we want one. It's Double Fine, right? In a Double Fine Studios.
Double Fine Studios. Tim Schafer.
Yeah. So Double Fine Studios, Psychonauts, the original came out on the original Xbox. Do you feel like they've done justice to fans who have waited almost 20 years for this game?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They've done justice. They've given the fans exactly what they wanted and then some. And I'm going to throw 2 names out there for you. And that's it. I'm just going to leave it at that and let you decide whether you want to play it or not. Cool. 1, Trevor, this is for you. Elijah Wood.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Oh.
And number 2, Jack Black.
Oh,
no
cool.
kidding.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Speaking of Jack Black, man, where's my Brutal Legend remake? Okay.
No.
You never played Brutal Legend. Dude, so good, man.
The Shred God himself over here, of course, would love Brutal Legend.
Oh, man.
Of course.
Of course.
I got nothing on Jack Black, bro.
All right, man. I'm going to ask you, but I know what the answer is going to be, bro. Don't you go ahead and tell us.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Hey, man, go and tell us.
Come on, hit me with it.
Go ahead and tell us about driggling the wriggles or whatever that you've been doing, dredging the globes or what, I don't know what you call it. Driggling the wriggles. I don't know, man. What have you been doing in Destiny, bro? Come on, fill us in.
Scooping up dreg droppings, man, and the Cosmodrome, man. It's like you used to do, man.
We used
to do it together.
We did. There was a time. I told you I was going to re-download it and play it. I need to.
You did say that. I mean, it's something you said.
I haven't done it, but I said it.
You would have so much fun. It is a completely, and I'm not saying this is a good thing, but it's a completely different game than when's last you played. Okay. You too, Eric. Okay, I'm looking over at you, Game Pass. You got it too, friend. So
I just want to.
We got a fire team right here, man. Just telling you.
Hey, this is true because Destiny lets you play with 3 people, not 4. Which the most people they like parties of 3 people.
Gambit's 4, Crucible 6, Raids are 6. Come on, baby.
Whatever. Eric, I'd like to point out this shirt you have on tonight. What's up with all the shirts,
dude? You have
man?
your t-shirt game.
Your t-shirt game is strong. It really is strong. I'm over here looking like a cabana pool boy tonight, and my freaking I don't know this. What is this?
Great, bro. I was actually going to compliment your shirt.
Thanks, man. This is a Target shirt that I found, and it makes me feel like I work at a sandals resort. So that's what I was
in a good way though.
I was going for sandals waiter tonight is really what I went for.
I like that.
Thanks. So what's the shirt tonight? That's like a Doctor Who reference, right?
Yeah, Doctor Who meets Star Wars. You got a Dalek right here, Cyberman right here, / C-3PO, R2-D2. I have quite the back catalog of like nerdy T-shirts to wear, and I've never had an occasion to like properly wear them. So thanks for giving me a reason.
You get them at cons?
No,
online.
No, online. I that Dragon Zord shirt that I wore a couple weeks ago. That was actually something that Will pointed out to me years and years ago.
We ordered them on the same night. Yeah, I was like, dude, look at this shirt. I think we were actually playing PUBG. That's how long ago that was. And I was like, dude, look at this shirt. And we were texting each other, like chatting, and we were chatting over the party chat and texting each other on the side, like, look at this stuff.
That's awesome. I've been playing Destiny 2 like it's my job, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's so much fun, man. Such a good
season.
Man,
I got to get back into it. I do. I
will say, I'll throw one more pitch out there. Okay, they do a Halloween event.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Every year.
Right. You know I love the holidays. You know, a sucker for the holidays. It's the holiday season. Oh, loop-de-doo and tickery-tock. I think it's something like
that. The weather outside is weather. And it's falling from
We got to do some awesome Christmas episodes on here.
Dude, I'm down for it.
But I will say that their Halloween event is coming up, and they always do like a seasonal ornament set.
Yeah.
And this one is like straight up dinosaur theme.
I was gonna say, are they doing the dinosaurs?
They're doing the dinosaur stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. It's funny. I'd like to also point out, if you're watching online or later, Trevor and I look like we are 2 feet tall. I have not fixed the camera angle yet, so Eric is towering above us in the frame to the right.
Or they don't know. This might just be who we are.
This is it.
Now we are.
This is who we are.
You won't know for sure until I'm in the studio with you.
Right. That's right. That's right. Eric is just a very tall man.
I'm very tall.
Okay, so what have I been playing, dude? I don't think I've played anything since we last talked. I don't think I've fired up. You know what? I take that back. I have been perusing. Is perusing a word?
It is, yes.
Here, perusing. I've been perusing the Nintendo eShop on my Switch every night. I get in bed, I pop open the Switch, and I'm like, I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something I want to play, and I'm gonna do it. And then I don't. And then
like an oldie?
Well, no, I just usually find like they have a lot of really good like indie games that they'll put on sale for like $1.99.
Okay.
And I've purchased a few $1.99 games recently, and I just haven't had a chance to like dig. I always want to make that a 4-plot segment, like 99-cent games in the Nintendo eShop, because when the Switch first came out, there was a bunch of them. Like people would put games on sale there for I mean, Eric, you're a Switch guy, right? I mean, you've seen like the games. There's always $1.99 or 99 cents, and some of them are pretty fun. So, I mean, 99-cent video game, that's pretty great.
Can't beat that. But what you're doing is essentially the equivalent of turning on Netflix when you're trying to go to bed and deciding on absolutely nothing to watch and just turning it right back off.
Dude, that is the most accurate and real thing ever. Right,
spoiled for choice. That's the problem.
Well, for the first time ever, I have a good transition, and Mike's not even here to experience it. But speaking of Nintendo, let's get to our first topic of the night, shall we? One day I'm going to do that right. I miss that every time.
Solid 7 out of 10.
It's because Mike wasn't here.
It's because Mike wasn't here. It's because the volume's down, and then I go to do the volume. Well, let's just do it again so everybody gets the full effect. We're going to talk about Nintendo. That's the GameCube startup noise.
Yes, it is.
It's somewhere Mike's eyes are twitching because he doesn't realize what just happened.
He's like, my God, you had the perfect one and you just screwed it up. Like you just ruined it. Okay, so a few things to talk about. The GameCube turns 20 this week. September 14th, I believe, is when it turned 20. We had another game anniversary we'll talk about in a bit, but GameCube turns 20 in Japan. It released in Japan this week. It did not release in the US till I believe November 18th of the year 2001. 2001. It released Eric. Shut up. It released in the year of our Lord 2001.
In the year 2001.
2001. And so it released then. And so the 20th anniversary, I read an article today, and I didn't have a GameCube. Did you have a GameCube?
I didn't have one, but one of my best friends growing up had one, and I was over at his house like as often as I possibly could to play Smash Bros.
Eric, did you have one?
I was a day one GameCube
Wow.
fan. Yes, I remember it was November 18th because that's my dad's birthday. And what better way to spend your father's birthday than by waiting in line at Target for a video game console? He was all on board.
Well, that's what happens when you become a dad. You got to do things like that. All right.
True.
Well, listen, here's the deal. It came out. I read an article today. I never had one, but I read up on some games. I want to know, Eric, we'll start with you. What are some of your GameCube memories, and like, what's a game that you just wore out on the system?
Oh man. So launch titles I distinctly remember getting were Super Monkey Ball, and Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Would have been Rogue Squadron 2.
Yes,
because Rogue Squadron 1 was on the N64. I was just so stoked to play both those games. Me and Jack Tinker, he's been in the chat with us before. We stayed up literally all night playing those games. Like,
dude,
watch the sunrise.
Underrated game.
It really is.
We talked about this on a podcast years ago, but we'll cover it later. But dude, remember when you used to play games till sunrise?
Bro.
Remember when you used to remember before we were adults and life sucked? Do you remember that? Remember that? Do you remember a time before the crushing responsibility of life kept you from staying up late and just, I don't know, eating slices of bologna out of the package and playing video games until your eyes bled?
So
nobody else?
So the bologna part, everything.
I'm not on board with that.
You didn't just squirt easy cheese into your mouth while you rolled up bologna and ate it.
No, that I've done. And the chocolate syrup, too. The Hershey's chocolate syrup directly.
Oh, man, I did that the other night. Eric, if you'd like to go ahead, so I don't continue to reveal all my my fat.
Your snack habits?
Yeah, my snack habits. All right, so continue, Eric. Sorry. So you were talking.
So those were my launch titles. I'm going to say that my fondest memories / the games that I wore out the absolute most was number one, Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh, yeah. That's
Come on, how could you not? We still to this day, like I play Smash Brothers on Switch, I have to use a GameCube controller. They reissued and remade GameCube controllers just for that because they know that's all people want to play with.
I always said that I thought the GameCube controller. So you had Nintendo, Super Nintendo, awesome. You went to N64, things got weird, right?
Really weird.
That controller was weird, but it was still very functional. I always said that the GameCube looked like a controller just threw up on a piece of purple plastic, but apparently, in my research today, that controller is hailed as like one of the best fighting game controllers of all time, right? I mean, like
absolutely is.
It's insane. It's insane. So,
but yeah, I got that. And then my second one that I wore out, and I still, whenever I actually have the option to go play this, I'll go back and play F-Zero GX. Really the last entry in the F-Zero franchise. And I have been wanting one for 20 years now, but they refuse to revive that IP. And I'm just, I need it.
I played the F-Zero game on Super Nintendo like it was my job, dog. Like,
you have a lot of video game jobs.
Dude, my first job was that one.
This is the second has he gotten paid for.
Hey, if you're watching us live and you want to throw your own favorite GameCubes in the chat function, you're welcome to do that. We would love to put some of your favorite GameCube games up here as well. That is if you're over the age of 21 or 30. I don't know
one.
If you're 15 years old, the GameCube was a system released by Nintendo in the year of our Lord 2001. I'm just kidding.
2001.
Okay. So any other games or GameCube things, Eric, that you were like, man, these were highlights of celebrating 20 years?
One more memory sticks out to me, and honestly, it was something that I played in arcades all the time, and then they ported it to GameCube. Crazy Taxi.
Dude,
Crazy Taxi.
I've got Crazy Taxi on my Xbox right now, and I never take it off because I'm just like, it's a game that you can pick up. Look, it's unbeatable. I don't think I've ever gotten past like the fourth person because they always throw you like easy. Then it's like this dude's got to go across town in 16 seconds, and I'm like, I can't even get the car straight.
Also, you have to balance his pizza on top.
And dude, you know that every time you hear that song from The Offspring, that's straight where your mind goes. Exactly, that's the one.
But dude, I think my greatest memories of Crazy Taxi is because my local Walmart. This is getting real Alabama. My local Walmart
had a parade when it came out.
Hey, we talked about it before. They closed our school system when the Super Walmart opened in my town. They closed school for the day so you could go to Walmart. That's a true story. Okay, look, moving on. They actually had a Crazy Taxi like machine, right? They like you sat down
the arcade,
in the car,
yeah,
and that was so cool. Like
so
that was,
cool.
I mean, you had Cruising USA and like whatever, but this was big time, right? A Crazy Taxi, cool music. It was awesome. Yeah, Crazy Taxi.
100% of CC's pizzas nationwide have a Crazy Taxi in the arcade.
that was part of the franchisee agreement. It's like, okay, look, here's the deal. You got to use this pizza, this sauce, and you must have a Crazy Taxi machine, right? When you walk in. Right. Oh, and every single employee must say welcome to every single guest that enters a CC's Pizza.
Absolutely. You got to figure out a way to make 3 courses with the same dough.
That's right. You got to do it.
It's pre-made.
Yeah, I got to do it. All right, Trevor. So you said your best friend had one. You played a lot of games on it.
Dude, we played so much Super Smash Melee. We played the Star Fox, game. Just had so much fun. We'd take turns playing that. I was always for Melee. I was always like the Roy or Marth, main. And so
the guy who loves fantasy and swords. You were a Roy or Marth guy.
Believe it or not, man.
Who was your go-to? Who is your go-to still?
You got to be a Dr. Mario main.
Do you have a different?
You look like a Dr. Mario.
Do you have
main.
a different? You have a different Melee Smash than you have like a new Smash.
Yeah.
Do you have a different Melee Smash than your new Smash?
You know what I meant.
I know what he meant, and yes, I do. Back in Melee, I just
forgot that. Just forgot that word.
I
call them right smashes. I have a good Mario Smash. I like to smash Mario. That's really.
We may need to edit that one out.
It's live. You can't do that, Eric.
Yeah, fair point. Yes, I used to play Star Fox.
I just want you to know we had multiple viewers. Everyone laughed on the Smash Mario joke. All right, sorry. Facebook kicked us off. That's probably what happened. All right, keep going.
I played Star Fox in Smash Brothers Melee, and then in this most recent installment, I've been playing more Sonic and Ryu/Ken and King K. Rool.
Awesome. Very cool. Very
Love
cool.
it.
Sorry, back to you. So you played Smash Melee and what else?
Yeah, man. Super Smash Brothers Melee. And what's was so crazy to me about, like, there was obviously a bunch of different levels, a bunch of different characters to unlock. But dude, we played that game like a lot for like a long time. Like, it's amazing to me. And obviously, like, things were, times were simpler back then. So you'd either like played outside, like make believe and like fighting each other with like sticks, or you played like Super Smash Bros. Melee, So and the games, it remind me, if like I'm not sure if I remember how much were the games, because they were like on those little mini discs, which I thought was great design choice.
So I've got a list of fun facts for you for the GameCube in a second, and that disc is part of the fun facts, man.
Does it say how much it was?
How much it was?
Yeah, how much the games were, like, new? Do you guys remember?
No, but I do know what the console launch price was.
Do you remember what the games were?
Those games had to be in the 50, 60 range.
Which is crazy because they're still 50 or 60 bucks.
I've got a phone. I'll look it up.
But you only had a couple games, you know what I mean, back then to play. But man, we played.
That's what plagued the GameCube was that and one other thing, which I'll get to later in my GameCube fun fact segment. Anyway, sorry, continue.
But it was always just a really good time to like try out the different characters and find out who you were good with. And I always end up being really good with characters I didn't want to play. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm amazing with Kirby, but it's like, Kirby. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever play Kirby?
Oh yeah, he's one of the most annoying characters to play and play against, which is why I never do it.
Absolutely. If I actually needed to win, I'd go play as Kirby. But then the other times, he's like, you gotta go with the Fire Emblem character, man. Come on.
Again, no part of that statement shocked me, which probably just makes it all the better for you in this recent installment that there are like 18 characters from Fire Emblem.
Absolutely, because there are just way too many characters in the Fire Emblem universe at this point. Anyway,
ain't lying.
I can't find the game launches. Do you know the Game Boy was $89 when it launched in July of 89? $89.
$89, man.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay.
Amazing.
So a few fun facts for I didn't have a GameCube, never had one, never even played one. I just was a big purple lunchbox. But I wrote down on paper today.
I wrote down in my Bible.
Well, because I was gonna make this a quiz, and then I didn't have time. I ran out of time today, so now you just get the fun facts. So a couple things. GameCube, first system ever to have a wireless controller. Nintendo actually had patents to do motion controls, but it was too expensive to make at the time. It later came out in the Wii, which was the next one.
Wait, they had the technology when
they had the technology, but they did not have the money to produce them and make the system affordable, which we'll get to later as well. That was one of their main things. And yeah, so they had the first wireless controller. It was the only Nintendo console to ever launch without fill in the blank. What do you think it is? It's the only Nintendo console to ever launch without this.
A Super Mario game.
A Super Mario game. It did not launch with a Super Mario game. It launched with Luigi's Mansion. It was Luigi's Mansion that launched. The code name for it. Okay, when every console has a code name, like Project Scorpio with Xbox and everything. Durango. Yeah, theirs was codename Dolphin, and there's people that actually believe that that's what they were going to call it for a long time, because the chip inside is called Flipper.
No kidding.
The graphics card has a code name Flipper. It's like printed on there.
That's awesome.
And also it's referenced in like Super Mario Sunshine and a few other games. There's references to like it being called the Nintendo Dolphin, which is interesting. One of the they actually Panasonic released a version later that was really interesting. It had the one thing that people said was the system killer for the GameCube. Panasonic released a version that had a DVD player on it because people said that was the number one thing that crushed it, because you're talking about back in the day, that's Xbox, that's PlayStation 2.
Yeah, you got to
people wanted like an all-in-one entertainment system, and they didn't have it. So because what they did was, so back to your small disc thing, they took a page out of the Dreamcast book, and they said, hey, to stop piracy, they created their own discs. So that it was their own proprietary disc that they had, but it made it really difficult for game developers because you only put like 1.9 gigs of data on that disc. So when you get to games like Metal Gear Solid, which I think came out on the GameCube, one of the versions did, it was like 4 discs or some crap like that. Like it was a crazy amount of discs. But they said
like Legend of Dragoon on PlayStation.
They said the DVD player not having it really hurt it. It was the first time that Nintendo, because their sales are so poor, they licensed their characters out to other games. That's when Mario started showing up in SSX Tricky, and there was like an NBA Jam,
NBA Street, I think.
NBA Street, NBA Street, like Princess Toadstool and or Peach or whatever, and a few other characters were in it. A few more, and then I'll be done. I already told you the cost at launch was $199. It was $100 less than everything else, but no DVD player. So it was and the last two things is there was a contest that they ran. It was like, what would you do for a cube? And people did all these insane things. The guy who
like stunts?
Like they submitted videos of themselves doing stupid stuff. The guy who won covered himself in purple paint, sat in a box, and ate bugs. Like that was his thing. And finally, it was the first time Nintendo really reached out and allowed a lot of like licensed third party peripherals.
We're just gonna skip right past the purple guy.
We are. They had a lot of first time they had a lot of third party peripherals that like were licensed, like Nintendo allowed it to happen. It wasn't, because back in the NES days, people made all kind of stuff, but it wasn't licensed by Nintendo, and it was like an underground kind of thing. But the flip up LED screen, they had a flip up LED screen you could buy.
I had one of those.
They actually had a battery backup you could plug into the bottom and like play your GameCube. Like if you had the LED flip up and the battery backup, you could play anywhere you wanted to, like wirelessly.
Dude, they had more. They had more than that. I know Eric knows this next part because he owned the system. They had attachments that would slide into the bottom of the system that allowed you to play Game Boy games on it.
That's right. They had the Game Boy thing. They actually also, some third party released, I saw today, Phantasy Star Online was like one of the only truly online games you could play through Link with Mario Kart and some other games like that. But you actually could play online with Phantasy Star Online, and a third party made a GameCube controller that had a full size keyboard in the middle of it. So it was like you held it like wide grip and played with the controllers, but there was a keyboard in the middle for chat, so you could chat the other people that that you can play amazing. With. Anyway, that's my 20-minute diatribe on the GameCube.
But I loved that. I didn't know half of that stuff.
There was all kind of crazy stuff. There was one more I forgot.
It's so weird that it seems to be like a running trend though. Like with the Nintendo, there were so many innovations that were like kept secret.
That was it. Donkey Konga, or I think that's what it was called. It was the game with the
original
with the
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, it was a year. It was out a year before Guitar Hero was. So it was crazy.
Amazing.
So, anyway, hey, GameCube, lots of great memories, man. 20 years makes you feel very old. A lot of people think or would love for the GameCube to release on Virtual Console. I don't know why Nintendo is not taking more advantage of that. I think that's such a if you don't have a Switch, basically you pay $20 a year for Nintendo Online. You will never use the online function whatsoever. But you will pay $20 a year to have their Virtual Console, which is not anywhere near as good as the Wii Virtual Console was. Like just don't charge me $20. Let me buy any game I want to from any library and play it on my Switch right now.
Absolutely.
You would be rolling in cash. I feel like
killing it.
So anyway, so GameCube, 20 years. Happy birthday, GameCube.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, GameCube.
Hey, I did that one right. That one went right.
Killed it.
I did. Thanks a lot.
Okay, we got another viewer because of that, man.
We did. That's great. We have one more thing to talk about tonight before we get into video game 20 questions, which I'm excited about. Also, another anniversary. It's been 11 years. 11 years since Halo Reach came out this week. Let that settle over you. So 11 years after Halo Reach, there was a video sent to you guys from TikTok, I believe it was, where 11 years ago, September 14th, also, I think it was a Tuesday, so that would make sense. Like everything released on that Tuesday.
Yep.
Halo Reach was released 2010. I guess it would be 11 years. Yeah, 2010. Yeah,
it pains me to think that we weren't gaming at that point together, Eric.
Yeah. No, actually, we weren't.
We played.
When did I actually start gaming with you guys? I want to say it was maybe in like 13, 14, something like that.
Yeah. Dude, we played so much Halo Reach. Absolutely ridiculous, dude.
It was insane.
We played Halo Reach SWAT, dude, like every day for multiple years.
Yeah,
like we stayed on sword base. Halo Reach SWAT, bro.
Yeah, hey man, you gotta run that gamut.
Gotta run the gamut.
Gotta do it, man.
Dude.
Gotta do it.
It was absolutely, dude, man, so much fun. What an amazing campaign too. Oh my gosh.
No. Halo Reach, tons of fun. I mean, we've talked about Halo so much on this podcast. I feel like we don't have to belabor it. I think we can probably just move into video game 20 questions.
Absolutely.
Unless you guys have anything. I feel like we talk about, like, I have friends that listen to this. If Matt's listening to this right now, he's gonna be like, "You talked about Halo again." I'm like, I mean,
my little brother.
No. My friend Matt. That's not how my friend Matt sounds, by the way.
I was gonna say,
if you've known me for any amount of time, you know that everybody in my life sounds like this.
Sounds like you're.
I was talking to my grandma.
Male and females.
Well, like this is your grandma.
Everyone sounds like your dad.
Yeah, everybody. And my dad doesn't even sound like that.
Nope.
Not at all. So let's just get straight to video game 20 questions. Okay.
Okay. Dude, I've been preparing for this, dude.
Oh, you're ready, huh?
Oh, I've been prepping.
Oh, you're ready? Okay, well, I'll tell you what. You got 20 questions starting right now. And you guys go ahead, man. I'm excited for this.
So, Eric, I'd love to open up.
Okay.
I got a pretty solid question one.
No, go for it.
I'm here for it, man.
Will, is this a game that we have played together?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, good stuff. Are we going to do like Matt and I did last week and just bounce back and forth? All right, good stuff.
I'm gonna hit up chat just in case there's anybody asking questions. If you're in chat, you can ask questions. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
We'll go back to my first question from last time. Was this game made before January 1st, 2010?
Was this game made before January 1st, 2010? Yes.
Is this a single player game?
It has single player and multiplayer modes.
Appreciate that. Is this a console exclusive?
Our lighting changed, by the way, for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Sorry, no, it's a little softer white. That's
no, right. It is not a console exclusive.
It's not a console exclusive.
Sorry, Mike Tyson started hosting this podcast.
Is it Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
That's it.
So is this game online capable?
Did this game have online capabilities? Please hold. I'm not sure. I need to look. I'm going to say no, it did not.
Okay.
Is that a confirmed no, or are you trying to buy some time to get the actual?
That is a that's going to be your fifth question. I'm going to answer it. Think of your next question while I Google this.
Okay. Then it's back to me. All right. So if he's kind of floundering on that one, that means it could be anywhere up until like, I would say we're going to narrow it down to roughly that 2000 era, because consoles had online capability, but not all games necessarily did.
It did not have online multiplayer.
Okay.
So couch co-op or couch multiplayer.
So you're at 5 questions.
Okay. Was this? How do I want to phrase this question? Was this a first-person game?
No.
Do you shoot guns in this game?
No.
Alrighty then. I want to narrow down the time frame some more. Was this game made before January 1st, 2000?
No.
Okay. So Xbox original, PlayStation 2, GameCube era, which might be a GameCube game. Since we talked about it.
Is this game competitive?
Define competitive.
Is this competitive multiplayer or co-op multiplayer?
Just thinking about this one. Good question, Trev.
Gosh.
I think you've stumped the man.
I guess do you fight against your friends in this game?
I have to. I mean, I would have to say yes. Yes.
Ooh, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about a game like Castle Crashers.
Oh, when was original Castle?
The reason why is because he stalled a little bit when I asked him, do you fight against each other? Because there's like a part of the game where you do fight against each other at the end of the missions.
That's true.
Right? It's not like that information is not really like immediately available, but it is like a part of the game.
It's good. I hadn't thought about that. I will say though, if there was no online component, it's not going to be Castle Crashers.
Not Castle Crashers, that's true.
But could be something in that same vein. So, and he said it's not a console exclusive. So whatever it was branched between potentially all 3 consoles, but that seems unlikely.
You got 8 questions, by the way.
8 questions. Oh, we're in great shape. Probably. I don't know. Let's say, was this game critically acclaimed?
It's so hard. The Wikipedia page for this game doesn't have.
It's just trash.
It doesn't have the plethora of information that I was hoping for.
Wikipedia is trash.
I'm going to say that as far as like, if you're talking about, hey, was it like a Halo critically accepted, everyone like loved it kind of thing? I'm going to say probably no.
Okay.
That's 9.
Is this game set in the future?
No.
Okay.
That's 10.
All right. So what do we know so far? Not a console exclusive, between 2000 2010, not first person.
Third person. There's a co-op and or competitive element, but it's only couch co-op, not online.
Right. Without a online capability function to it.
Not a sci-fi game.
Yep. Well, not in the future.
Not
at least.
in the future, right?
Okay.
And it's also not a shoot. You don't. Not only is it not a shooter, you don't shoot guns in the game.
Okay.
So it's not a third-person shooter game.
Okay. How about let's just say, is there combat in this game?
No. There's no combat.
Is this a sports game?
Yes.
Oh,
okay,
man. Okay, we're reaching for this one.
I'm impressed, Will. I gotta give it up.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I'm thinking if it's a sports game though, he wouldn't go like Madden or NBA.
Oh God, I'd hope not, because then he'd pick from 10 years of games that have the exact same title and the exact same gameplay.
Here's our next few questions. Is it 2K12? Is it 2K12?
You're at what, 12 or 13 right now?
12 questions.
12. So this will be your 13th question.
Eric is on question 13.
Okay. How about, if this is a sports game, is it based on, or rather, are the characters / teams, do they belong to a professional sports organization in the United States?
No.
Okay. I was thinking NFL Blitz. It's not that. What are you thinking, Trevi?
Is this an extreme sports game?
As
in X Games?
No.
Oh shoot!
No.
I was okay. Okay.
No.
Dude, I was about to come in hot with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
What is that? 15?
I think so.
14.
That was 14. So this is your 15th right here.
This is 15.
He's odds.
That's how we know.
Dude, I was thinking Tony Hawk.
That was a good thought.
That was a good thought. My question is, in the sports game,
yes,
are you part of a team?
Yes.
Okay, so you can eliminate, like tennis games and Tony Hawk's snowboarding games, anything like that.
So we usually at this point we do hints right after the thing. Do you want hints today, or do you just want to go all the way to the end and at the end, if we really want to?
Yeah, definitely would love some hints.
You want some hints right now?
Yeah, we want to win.
Okay. This game, let me read out some stuff from the Wikipedia page. This game came out on Windows, GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Game Boy Advance.
Wow.
Game Boy Advance. Huh.
And now you're on your 16th question.
It's Brink the video game.
Man, this is tough.
Can you play this game with only 2 people at a time?
I am going to yes. I'm going to I'm going to say you can only play this game with 2 people at a time. Not confirmed, but based on the generation that it was in, yes, you can only play this game with 2 people at a time.
But he said it's not combat. So it's not like an arcade fighting game, it's not a boxing game or a UFC game.
It's true. It's not Mortal Kombat.
Right.
It would be considered from Wikipedia, the genre is sports action. It's a sports action game. And you were on 17 questions right now. This will be your 17th question.
So it's not like SSX tricky because we ruled out extreme sports.
It's true.
And like obviously it's not like Wii Sports because it was on PlayStation. What was a game that was like popular enough though?
See, that's the problem. I keep on coming back
on all those systems.
Exactly. Like I was thinking of Mario Tennis, but there's no way it's going to be on all the consoles. Mm-hmm. I was thinking of F-Zero, same story. So, oh man.
Wait, whose question is it?
It's Eric's question. This will be number 17.
17. Go ahead.
Okay. Was it, of all the consoles you named, was it released on all those consoles simultaneously?
Oh, okay. So I'll give you the dates. It was released on Windows, GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox on October 28th, 2003. And it was released on the Game Boy Advanced on October 28th, 2000. Okay, so yes. I don't know why they split them up, but yes, they're all released on the same day.
So I do have something, Eric.
What do you got?
Is this a sports car racing game?
No cars.
What?
Okay, so that was your
18th question.
That was your 18th question. You have one more and a guess. Okay, so I technically owe you 2 hints. So let me go back to the Wikipedia page here. Okay, this game is a licensed game, meaning that it has content from movies, television, other video games. Possibly, it's a licensed game, and this game could be considered a sports action and one more genre that I will not give you until after your 19th question before your guess.
He said no cars because I was thinking like Twisted Metal maybe.
Trevor, I have a theory here.
Okay.
And if I'm correct, boy, this game is for you.
Okay. Oh wait, no, it can't be.
It might be. It might be. It might be.
It is.
It might be. Here's a question for it. Will, does this game feature a world championship?
Yes.
It's gotta be.
Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. I'm gonna play 2 winning songs just for you there, bud. Okay. I picked the game.
My favorite episode.
I had to pick a game on a whim, and so yes, I picked Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup.
That could not have gone better.
Yeah. So I was gonna say it's a sports action fantasy game. But so when you're like, is it in the future? I'm like, no. You're like, is it first person? I'd look it up. I'm like, I've never freaking played this game.
No wonder you stayed on that Wikipedia.
First person.
No wonder the Wikipedia page is so bad.
Yeah. The only thing that tripped me up is I was like, I didn't know if you could play like on a team together. When you're like, hey, can you play it? Do you like?
You cannot.
Do you battle? I didn't know if. Yeah. And then I started thinking, I was like, oh, I bet games. I think back. You didn't really play sports games on the same team back in the day. You always had to be against each other. So there you go. Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup.
That was premium.
Hey,
that
man,
was premium choice.
Anytime, man. Anytime. So
I was like, wait, it's sports, but not sports.
It's sports. Sports.
Eric, your last question could have been so many things. You chose such a great one. I thought you were going to be like, Will, does this game take place on broomsticks?
I needed to have some wiggle room in case I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, you know what? You got your Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup video game 20 questions. So there
Went up on the counter.
Went up on the counter. So, hey, guys, that's all the time we got for the 4 Plot Podcast. Thanks for being with us tonight. We will see you all here next time.
Shout out Oliver Wood.
Next week, live, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Check us out. See you then.